It's early. Got one more day to work on the truck before I gotta head back to work, and we got some exciting stuff for today. We're going down the road and the tailgate fell down, so we've still got to work on that. So it's early. We're on our way up to the windshield shop. We're going to get the windshield put in today. As you saw the tailgate fall over, we've got a few things to do. Going to fix this back glass. And then we're just going to go over what this thing has cost. Now, once I get the windshield done, she's ready to sell. But I've put a little more money into this, and I'm going to show you where I messed up. But let's get up to the windshield shop, and we'll just pick it up there. On a bright note, the cigarette lighter works. Oh, sit here with old truck problems. Gotta fix that tailgate. Oh, and by the way, the park lights back here don't work for some reason, but so we can get this slammed in. There we are. The tailgate latches are all gummed up, so I've got to take that all apart and lube that. It's a lot of money for a truck I'm planning on flipping. And, well, yeah, we'll discuss that. Now, it's always been said that you make your money buying it, you don't make your money selling it. Don't get me wrong, I bought this right. And truthfully, once I got it running, I could have flipped it very, very easily. But I wanted to put a little more into it and see if I could get a little more out of it. And kind of went overboard. But we'll get to that. We're coming into Hayesville up here on US 81, and I'll just turn the lights off, because the last thing I need is a Hayesville cop thinking I don't have all my equipment working, which I don't. But that'll open up the door for a litany of other things, and that I really just don't want to mess with, because, well, Hayesville, everybody has that one town around them you avoid. I drive 10 miles around this town not to drive through it, and that goes back 35 years. So we got over here. We have a 2 o'clock this afternoon appointment. It's at 2:19 for the front windshield. It's going to be $100 to reset this. So I guess I'm going to go home, clean this thing up, and start getting ready to go tomorrow. Then we'll just be back up here at 2. But in the meantime, we'll show you what we're, well, I'll show you what I've done when I get home. So we're home. Like I said, got an appointment at 2 this afternoon. So let's go over the truck and I'll show you what we did. So the first thing we did was a fuel pump. That was about, oh, we'll just round it up to $100. Put the new hood on. That's $100. This kind of stuff right here, this trim, I can get this taped back on, or I can actually just take it all the way off, and it'll look pretty good either way. I do like the contrast though. Took the Reese hitch off, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do here yet. Now, this was the expense, these wheels here. Now, while the wheels were a little rough when I got them, I picked up the whole entire set with beauty rings and center caps for $250. To some people that might sound high. You can find a wheel itself for $20-25 if you really look. But finding all the stuff with it, and then I put lug nuts on it too, so I got about $300 in all of that. I might make a little money back selling those, but like that's the original spare. yeah, that's junk. So the thing about this was this actually had some pretty good tires. These were the two hand cooks that were on it, and this was the Wrangler, and on that other rally wheel, and that is a really good tire. Now, tires will sit there and make or break a car. If you're going to flip cars, you don't want to put tires on it unless you've got a good used set laying around that's not going to cost you anything. I did not, but I got this set of hand cooks here for a pretty decent price. I actually like the hand cooks a lot better than I like the Ironmans. But hand cooks, so the wheels, the tires, I paid $619 for all 4 tires. So we got roughly just shy of 900 bucks, a little over 900 bucks in the wheels and tires. That's too much. So then we put the seat in. Now the seat's a little torn. Right here, but to save some money, I've still got the original saddle blanket seat cover that I'm going to put on here soon. But this seat isn't broken down like the last one. The last one literally just collapsed. Now I was given a brand new set of door seals with this. Those will probably find their way on here eventually. So I took the Reese hitch off. I should be able to get some money for that if I sell it. Not a whole lot. They're a dime a dozen. You can buy them in pawn shops. They got stacks of them. But I really am not going to use this to tow anything. So, yeah, that's in the garage. I'm not going to get that. So, yeah. So, we didn't do brakes or tires or anything like that. But that might come. But if you're going to flip it, you don't want to do that. Now, ideally, if you're going to be flipping a car, you don't want to do brakes or glass. You might have to do a windshield. It's the weirdest thing, though. People are more forgiving of a cracked windshield like this than they are of this. This scares them more than that. This is $100 to fix. This is going to be close to, what, $219, probably $2.50 when all's said and done. So when you're flipping a car, you're just kind of polishing a turd. You notice I didn't do an oil change. Why not, you say? Didn't need one. I know the history of the car. The people that I sold the car to initially, they put little or no miles on it. They might have put 50 miles on it before the fuel pump went out. And the guy I bought it from was a maintenance freak. This thing goes down the road really nice. One of the weirdest things about this truck is it doesn't leak anything. I found that rather odd. I've never had a vehicle this old that's this original that didn't leak something. But it's not leaking anything, so I'm happy about that. The other thing is that despite the exhaust noise, which we might get taken care of here soon, this thing rides really well. I mean, the alignment's good. Kind of, look, Mom, no hands. The alignment's really good. It's a little stiff, actually. Not like, it's not wore out or anything like that, so I'm happy about that. Like I said, rides really well. Shocks are good. Everything's good. New tires helps. So, but yeah, we're going down the road. She's got decent acceleration, and the one thing we got to take care of is the old gas. Once we get all the old gas out of the system, we should be all right. But it's gonna act like a little bit of a pill till we got to run. Now that's got a brand new filter in it, but truthfully, once I run a couple 3 tanks through it, I probably ought to change that. This thing did sit around for about 2-3 years. But it still ran on the gas that was in the tank, which shocked me. But added a bunch of non-ethanol, put some Berrymans in it, and a bottle of that Chevron, and they've been good to go. So yeah, rides really well. So it's a little later in the afternoon. Over here, getting windshield and the back window done. Right next door, and got an overpriced milkshake. But hopefully here in another hour or two, we should have it done. Yeah. These guys seem to be on it, so it's in there already. Alright. Nothing like hanging out on the south side. Well, there's the old one. Putting it in. It'll be nice to have everything the way it's supposed to be. So I guess I'll go wait a little while and we'll see you in a bit. So she's all done. All in, it was with the windshield and getting this reset, it was $380.49, which actually really isn't that bad for a complete new windshield. And getting that restabbed, that would have been about $120 less had we not done the rear window, but it needed to be done. So we got tape all around the back here. Got that holding that in. I'm about to say the seal looks a little wonky, but I think that's just the seal. Hopefully, alright, that's all done there. With that, I think we're done with the truck for this time. Since I put so much money into it, I might as well keep it for a while. I think I'm going to put dual exhaust on it and see what goes on from there. It has a bit of a rake to it, and I really do like that. So we'll see what we can do with that. Truthfully, these trucks, when you put them on the ground, they look pretty good. I don't think that's going to happen with this one, though, but you never know. I mean, put a clean topper on it like they do and body mold it and just kind of make it look kind of like a Suburban. You can make this thing look long and lean. I've seen that. Of course, it'd be easier to get a Suburban, but whatever. Anyhow, well, got to head home now, so I guess let's head that way. So the truck's all done for this time around. And truthfully, we selling it right now, I would get my money back. I've got all in, including the price of the truck, I've got maybe 25 into it, 2,500. So it's worth that. It's worth that. The one problem you have to ask yourself if you're flipping vehicles is how deep are you willing to go? And if you're flipping vehicles, you don't want to go that deep. You don't want to know anything. You want it to run, you want it to drive, you want good paperwork, you want to send it down the road. And the more money you put into it, it's just you watch your profit start to shrink. Thankfully, on these OBS trucks, there's a large profit margin. If you buy it right, and I did buy it right. But there's a few things that I've come to realize with flipping cars that people are weird. They're really fickle when it comes to, you know, buying used cars. You can have 4 brand new tires on the car, and if they're mismatched, they won't do it. But I can put 4 used tires off a matched set that have 10% tread, and they'll buy it all day long. Like I said about the windshield, they'll freak out over the back glass, but the front glass, yeah, I could have had a boot print in that and they wouldn't care. They just want to negotiate on the price. Windshields are cheap. Well, the back glass is cheaper. It's just weird things like that. Now, buying a car that's a no start is always a scary proposition. You need to buy it right, and you need to buy it to where even if there's something much worse than was disclosed, you can punt it. So the reason I didn't have a problem buying this was because I knew the history of the car, and that helps. When you know the history, it makes things a whole lot better. So me spending that, well, basically, if if the bed would have come off, it's an hour job, really, to put that fuel pump in. And I sat there and watched videos on it. Well, this is the way you do it. This is preferred. And everybody's in these big shops. And look, we live in the real world. We live in the real world. I don't have a pit. I don't have a lift. I don't have any of that. I just got brute force some days. And, iron will. I got to make it work. So, yeah, the way I showed you, that's actually probably a whole lot more common than people are letting on. It's just, you sit there and watch these guys in these shops on these videos, and it's just, it's a clown show. Well, do this, and this is the way we do it properly, and we lower it down with this, and I've got this fancy tool here, and blah, blah, blah. No. We got it fixed. And that's kind of, we're not dealing with a show truck. We're dealing with a daily source of transportation.